is Hollywood's power to control and drive the culture and politics dying off? How powerful is it still? Ooh, I feel like they've turned off a lot of people, and it was building on the momentum there already was, because people were already checking out of award shows. People were already sick of hearing celebrities posture and virtue signal, I guess. I mean, it's hard because to me, it seems like Hollywood's toast. But then again, like, I'm in this skin suit. I don't know what everyone's thinking.
I think Hollywood is just like the media, mainstream media, in the way that they're just an extension of the Democratic Party. So really, it's their PR department. So they're going to be safe and set, and they're always going to get automatic contracts for this or that, and all the things that grab the attention of the mainstream audience that don't know what they're looking at. So it's too pervasive to think that you can ever pull the plug on it completely. But they're losing believers. I mean, look at what the award shows do, but that's a metric of the interest of general people, not just the fact that people like you and I have opted out dramatically. I mean, it would be nice to know, like, I mean, I care less, but like, I live in Hollywood. So like, I'll be like, why can't I get home today? Like the traffic spot, it's like, oh, the Academy Awards are today. And so it's like fun to participate in. It would be fun for me, but now I feel like I'm participating in a fraud when I go, and even to tweet about it and push traffic that way, like, it's silly. I'm not doing that anymore either. I mean,
it really does
never reclaim me.
It really does feel like the bubble. Yeah, sure, the bubble popped, but it's like, oh man, like, just what you thought of Hollywood as a little girl, and like even just as starting in comedy, what I thought, like, oh, if you could make it into the Hollywood of comedy, like whatever that would look like, and to just know exactly what you said, like Hollywood is not a representation of the best or the most talented, or proof that hard work trumps everything. It's like, no, man, they're a fucking arm of the Democratic Party. Like they are basically government employees. Like they may or may not, aka definitely, are brainwashing people to like promote their message.
Hollywood's purpose is to keep the illusion to the masses, to make it look like popular opinion and everything in the world supports our beliefs. And if you have an alternative opinion, if you get brave enough and want to say you believe something different, we'll make sure. Like, I don't understand what it was that made me never ask, why does everybody in the world hate Ted Cruz? How does he keep getting voted in if everybody hates Ted Cruz? But that's what the TV will tell you, and you will never you'll never get told a valid reason. There's just this tone, there's just this default mode, network happening around you, that you just think everybody hates Ted Cruz. Well, then how could he possibly keep getting voted in? It's because of the pervasiveness of the illusion that's built and structured around supporting these mistruths, or at least only supporting one side of the argument. And that's what Hollywood does, is to add to the illusion that they're the only belief in town.
And I think something the right or the center right or conservatives or libertarians, like everybody who's not a radical leftist, something that they've done well, I think, over the last year, is when they do refer to Biden in the presidency, they will do tongue in cheek, like most popular president ever, most votes ever, like most loved presidents, like millions more votes. Like they will poke fun at that because it's just a very simple fact. Like, it's just hard to believe, right? And the many examples of like you have Trump fans still coming out to Joe Biden appearances just to give him the finger, to boo him, and still after all this time, people coming out with their Trump flags, and we're supposed to believe that this guy, that things weren't super fortified and helped out.
Yeah, for some people that never even bothered to campaign, it was sort of silly to like look at that compared to like, the like in Pennsylvania during the campaign, like the crowd size that Trump drew, and now they can never fill, a stadium. But they of course knew not to pour resources into that because it was unnecessary. For what? For the illusion? They just had control of the television. They'll just make it to where the media doesn't circulate images of their empty audiences and like So only, we're in on the fact that they have no reflection in reality to substantiate these claims of being the most popular
The
voted president
most
in history.
popular
Yes.
from Row House. Hollywood makes everything political now. Do you remember when you saw movies to have a good time? Do you remember when you saw movies to have a good time? Yeah, now any movie not political, Disney movies even, yeah, everything has become political. Everything is pick a side. I talked to so many people like, movie critics, TV critics, culture critics, comic book people. It's just become so pervasive and it's like infected every part of American culture and the things we've loved and grew up on for years, just fucking our nostalgia left and right, ruining our memories. It's like, it's pretty brutal.